KO. Purple win. Round 2. Fight. KO. Red win. Round 3. Fight. KO. Red win.
So just to set grounds to speak upon before we start discussing shit, we all think motion inputs should be in fighting games.
KO.
Those that have it, yeah.
Like
Just to,
obviously,
let people know where we're coming from.
like obviously, not every game needs them, but
Like having every game in the future not have them is weird
it's boring as fuck.
and it's stupid.
It's boring as fuck.
Those
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Red win. Round 2. Fight. KO. Perfect. Red win. Round 3. Fight. KO. Red victory. Round 1. Fight. KO. Round 2. Fight. KO. Perfect. Red win. Round 3. Fight. KO. Perfect.
So he said smaller move lists don't make a fighting game
so he
less
kinda-
deep. It comes from the mind
like-
games.
kind of goes back on himself there because there's less for you to think about when the move lists are smaller.
Yeah.
So there's less mind games at play or anticipation because you have less. You and your opponent have less options.
Basically.
So he kind of double backs on himself there.
Like
Yeah.
for fighters, there's light, medium, heavy, special, and then there's just like a special move that's one motion and like what, maybe 3 supers, if that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has an auto, a 6M, a 2H, and any other command normals that you can think of. And that's universal, and that's kind of boring. That's really fucking boring.
KO. Perfect. Purple win. Round 3. Fight. KO. Perfect. Red win. Round 4. Fight.
But it's a trait in the series, though. Like,
Alright, like,
continue with how they want to do stuff.
it's gonna ruin fighting games.
Fighter is ruined.
Yeah.
Guilty Gear is ruined. Like, a lot of these core series that built the genre.
KO. Perfect. Red win. Round 3. Fight. KO.
That's part
Like-
of the mind game. So what did that? If they do an eventual wake up, it's gonna be very punishable afterwards if you block it or just dodge it.
Yeah. Like, it's okay to work a little more for a move that is better.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because if you, for example, if I, what's it called? 2H. If I 2H Messiah's jump in with Ryu, that, or I, medium kick with Balrog to anti-air. I think that's his anti-air.
Yeah.
It has a chance of trading if he jumps in and does a normal. But if I add an input to that, like literally go like this, if I go like this with my thumb and press the button instead of just pressing the button, I beat out that chance of it trading.
Mm-hmm. And Infinity Strike has a perfect balance. Jaina, one of the zoners, has a one button DP, and it's invincible, but she loses health every time she uses it. So there's risks to it.
Or if like the Guile ripoff in Fantasy Strike, you can't throw a fireball walking backwards.
Red win. Round 2. Fight. KO. Red win. Round 3. Fight. KO. Perfect. Red victory.
He's just supposed to be an anti-air, right? So why the fuck was it given invincibility?
Like, does he?
Not just an anti-air.
It's also a reversal move to get you out of situations.
Reversals and anti-air. It has probably one of them
That's
has probably
why it
to go through
has
the
eye
projectiles. Like if
And it's
you learn
used
those
in
things,
combos too.
It's also
it's
used in
actually
combos.
good. Combos, enders.
Like,
Like, if one move serves multiple purposes and you just have to do a motion before you press the assigned button.
KO. Red win. Round 3. Fight. KO. Red victory. Round 1. Fight. KO.
The move can still be spammed once the input's been mastered. Once the input's been mastered,
it's not that hard. So, yeah, you can spam. You can spam DP in neutral, but you'll look fucking stupid if you do it.
Where this guy's coming from, it sounds like he's in bronze. Literally just because. I'm not trying to condemn him.
Bro.
The point that he's making right now is once you master the input, you can spam it. And if he finds that as an issue, then, you know, what does that say about how good he is?
Adapt the neutral.
I mean, I don't care if people spam moves myself, but if a move's too strong, suggesting that making its input tougher is an effective way to balance it is fucking stupid. Have you ever heard of anyone say that kind of shit when a character or move is broken? Pause it. I haven't heard anybody say that.
Me neither. he's making shit up. He's making shit up.
Certain characters' DP has better, like, traits than the character's DP. You balance the frames, you balance the iframes, you balance the hitboxes. You don't change the input.
Like let's say
Like,
Ken.
it's happened before on certain moves, like, what's it called? Balrog's DP in 5 used to be a charge motion like it was in 4, but they changed it to a DP. That was just something they wanted to do. Like, it wasn't that it was busted when it was a certain motion. The moves traits are what makes it broken if it is.
Yeah.
Not the motion.
Yeah.
The motion makes it easier to do.
Yep.
If it was easier to do and had more balanced traits, then it wouldn't be such a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
Moves properties to make it. That's literally what I just said. And they includes you morons in favor of motion inputs. So, not to believe they're. So even you believe they're effective. Wait, go back to what he said. Go back like a few seconds. Have you? They suggest changing the move's properties to make it less OP, like any same. Yeah, that's literally what I just said.
You just said that too.
Fine, they includes you morons in favor of motion inputs, but all tougher inputs do is annoying beginners trying to use the moves. So play another character?
Give me an example, like Kai. So
I don't know. You need to understand that different. Like KOF is not known for easy inputs. It's known for having all of these cancel shits and it's like all these difficult inputs
and links too.
That's what makes it fun. That's like what learning a character is about.
Yeah, like I don't get what he's saying, cause
Yes, the biggest misunderstanding of the argument against motion inputs. Nobody fucking said motion inputs are impossible to do. Well, you're making the argument like they are.
I'm gonna just keep it.
Nobody with a brain in their head anyway. The problem is doing them consistently. That is what frustrates beginners because you're required to make split-second decisions in a match. That's
And that's part of the mind game. Whether it's that's the part of the mind game. That's literally
a part of the mind game. From what you said earlier.
What second this is? That's literally part of the mind game.
players should be losing because of the mistakes they make. Not from stupid controls holding them back. That's a general rule of video games across the board. That's why keybinds are such a big deal to players for less demanding games. So it really doesn't make any sense that fighting games can't... Pause it.
Okay.
You can't compare fighting games to other games.
Yeah, they're different. Cause like in Mario platformers, you move either from left to right or right to left, meaning the way you move can be reversed at any moment.
And it's like,
what? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
with the keybinds thing, you can bind buttons to, like, you can map them to other shit on your controller or keyboard or whatever you're using.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
It's easy to choke in any game testing your input. Shoot 'em ups, rhythm games, pinball, but those games don't use motion inputs. So that's just instantly makes them easy for anyone to master, right? Nobody said that. Nobody said that. Your argument comparing fighting games with FPS is bad. Everything you said about Halo could be applied to fighting games, and that is why there is no reason to balance around the difficulty of execution.
Cooldowns are analog to charging shots. Animation delay and projectile speeds.
Wait, your argument comparing fighting games with FPS is bad. Everything you said about Halo could be applied to fighting games. Yeah, that's what he was saying.
And that's why there's no reason to balance around difficulty of execution. Cooldowns are analog to charging shots. Animation delay and projectile speed is comparable to the RPG slow projectile.
He said that's why there's no reason to balance around difficulty of execution.
Like they're acting like
this entire video is about. They want the execution part gone.
Like they're acting like they have to constantly do it every single time.
Well, no fucking shit.
Like if you're like if you're at Evo top 8, yeah, you have to have that shit down pat. But if you're just getting into a game and starting out, you learn how to do that over time.
Like if everything didn't have a motion input, like what's the skill to the game? If everything didn't have a motion input, like what's the skill to the game? What's the skill to the game?
What's the skill to the game? Red win. Round 2. Fight. KO.
Fighting games are what he said it's about earlier. Mind games and tricking your opponent and doing all that stuff. But doing motion input is just part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a round is who can outsmart their opponent. Or who can capitalize on their opponent's mistake.
KO. Red victory. Round 1. Fight. KO. Red win. Round 2. Fight.
So what he's saying, what Underdog was saying is the slowness of the rocket, the slow rocket traveling is what a motion input is to in a fighting game. And the big explosion radius, which is so good, is the move properties of the DP. You work more for better moves. It's not that hard to understand.
It's really not.
Red victory. Round 1. Fight. KO. Purple win. Round 2. Fight. KO.
My request to solve this issue would be a simple one which was implemented in fighting games before, which is an option that gets rid of diagonal inputs.
So like
So that's all I
stylus versus what the other thing's called.
As one who's most comfortable with the D-pad when playing, can you keep playing it?
Yeah, I'm also comfortable with the D-pad when playing a fighting game.
It's feels so much better pressing the buttons in a sequence quickly as opposed to sliding my thumb across it.
Guilty Gear
I
Action
don't know
Core
how
games had this option in the extra menu, which
I
you
don't know
unlock
how
by beating the mission mode.
Yeah.
But when I play the game, so he's saying
He used to just do the motion or do the input. What? Hang on.
to him,
Cause I got plus R open right now, so we gonna have to.
To him, this shit is, why is it blurred? Look. To him, instead of doing this, rolling your hand across it, he wants to do this. Press down and forward instead of doing diagonal. That's what he's talking about.
Cause I got this shit downloaded.
So basically like like how Blaze Blue, they have the stylish versus what the other thing's called. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
Technical?
Technical versus stylish.
Yeah.
But one, I don't know what the other one does basically. But I know one's like all the regular
Stylish.
regular inputs.
What stylish does, it just like takes away all control, kind of, when you like. Play a game. Is it in here, I wonder? Because I don't think I have it unlocked.
I don't know.
But like, I don't see what's so hard about doing a fucking motion. Like, here's an example. So Tasman's Beast is that shit down there. It's half circle back forward.
No.
And it's so usually what you do is this, right? But you can hold this to make it hit meaty. So damn, I fucked it up. Hold that, let it go. And I had to learn that. And this too, this doesn't even like it's sometimes hard to do because the S won't fucking come out. And you have to tiger knee the last one. Like, I don't see what's so hard about doing an input, bro. It's not.
Right, you learn the input by doing it consistently. You shouldn't be able to just jump in and do shit consistently.
Facts.
Well, what's the challenge to the game? What's the challenge to the game?
Fighting Rage is a beat 'em up, and guess what? It has motion inputs for the special moves. Ricardo, the big bull, can do a DP. Ooh, scary. And the other two can do shit too. Like the ninja guy, he's based off of Guy, basically, and he can do he can do guy shit. And they have trials for all the characters, so you can do these long combos that require motion inputs.
Right.
I don't get it.
Purple win. Round 2. Fight. Perfect. Purple win. Round 3. Fight. KO. Perfect. Red win. Round 4. Fight.
In Dark Souls, you attack,
Uh-oh.
you roll. That's the basic things. But it's everything. The world is literally made to be against you. Niggas pop out the corners. Niggas pop up from behind. Niggas pop up from behind you, from the club. Like they're everywhere. You can get jumped, fall off a cliff, be pushed off the cliff, be jumped while getting pushed off the cliff. And the bosses will have these big sweeping moves that will just do damn near half or all of your health. That's why Dark Souls is hard, not because it has motion input. What the fuck is he talking about, bro?
Round 1. Fight. KO. Red win. Round 2. Fight. KO. Round 3. Fight. KO. Red victory. Round 1. Fight. KO. Perfect. Red win. Round 2. Fight. KO. Red win. Round 3. Fight.